Welcome back, everybody. We are back with Little Women. Whew, it's cold in here. Trying to get some of this fire, but they're all blocking it. So, excuse me if I'm a little cold, you guys. All right, so we are back now for our third portion of Little Women, final read, or close read, I should say. So yesterday you guys worked on the vocabulary. We did a live stream reviewing the vocabulary words and some sample sentences. Today we're going to look at the focus questions. This is the difficult part. I think we all find this part difficult, but remember, you are trying to give textual evidence from the reading to support your answers, okay? So that's one of our main focuses. All right, so this is a different picture of the Little Women from our other one. This is a different video. Remember, there are different movies made of that story. This is a PBS one. So I'm going to share the screen with you in a minute, and we'll go through it. So if you need to go ahead and pull up your study sync, pause this, and pull it up so you can kind of follow along at the same time. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And here we are, you guys. So again, we've already done the vocabulary portion for these. We are on the read section now. I'm going to ask you guys to split the screen, number the pages or number the paragraphs, and that will help us answer these focus questions. Now, I'm going to go through, I'm going to kind of show you where you can find some of these answers, talk a little bit about the question. But I'm still going to have you guys annotate on your own and put your own information in the responses. So let's look at question 1. How does Louisa May Alcott use dialogue rather than description to reveal aspects of character traits of each of the March sisters? So highlight evidence in the text and make annotations to support your answer. Remember, you are answering this in a Google Doc. Now, you are going to address each sister. Remember, there are 4 sisters, so we're going to be looking at a different section for each one and how dialogue, how the words they use in the story, how does this show their character traits? Okay, so our first part, you guys, we're going to look at Beth, okay? So rather than describing how each girl feels at any given point in the story, the author is going to use dialogue to reveal the characters for us that are reading it. So if you're looking at this part, chapter 1, okay, for chapter 1, go to section 6, paragraphs 5, 6. Okay, so here, you guys, Beth has a lot of concern and thoughtfulness coming across here when she suggests that each of them get something for their mother instead of themselves. Paragraph 6 right here. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to highlight this, said Beth. Let's each get her something for Christmas and not get anything for ourselves. You can put a note in here when you annotate. Sorry, I'm going to highlight it. Okay. Create a highlight. Oh, didn't do it. That's all right. But paragraph 6, you guys, didn't highlight the entire thing. Let me see if I can get it going. There we go. So this is for Beth, you guys, and it's kind of suggesting that Beth is thoughtful, okay? So we're looking at her thoughtfulness on her suggestion here where she's saying we're not going to get anything for ourselves, we're going to get something for our mom. All right, moving on, you guys, let's look at Jo. Jo takes charge, right? She has a take charge attitude. And that's going to come down to 15 now. So Jo's talking down here. Jo's taking charge. She's a lot like a leader. What here in paragraph 15 shows you that or kind of suggests that? Okay, so where's the dialogue here? The dialogue, again, is in the quotation marks. Here, highlight this part. You're going to put in some notes here. So what does this say about Joe? It says, let Marmee think we are getting things for ourselves and then surprise her. We must go shopping tomorrow afternoon, Meg. There is so much to do about the play for Christmas night, said Joe, marching up and down with her hands behind her back and her nose in the air. Okay, so again, this is just showing her take charge attitude. Okay, moving on, you guys, now to Meg. We're going to move down a few paragraphs, 2 paragraphs, 22, 23. So what does Meg look like here? So it says, bless the child. She's gone up and put mother on them instead of M. March. How funny, cried Joe, taking one up. Okay, but again, we're looking for Meg here. So what's Meg say? Isn't that right? I thought it was better to do it. So because Meg's initials are M&M, I don't want anyone to use these but Marmee, said Beth, looking around. Okay, paragraph 23 is where Meg now talks. It's all right, dear, and a very pretty idea, quite sensible too, for no one can ever mistake now. It will please her very much. I know, said Meg, with a frown for Joe and a smile for Beth. Okay, so Meg here, she's looking a little bit more considerate than Joe, right? So she's saying it's all right, and it's a very pretty idea and it's sensible. So here we're looking at how Meg seems to be considerate, okay? And that's paragraphs 22 and 23. And then finally, so we've done Beth, we've done Joe, we've done Meg. Okay, and then what are we looking at for Marmee? Paragraph 33 down here. They were all usually hungry, having waited nearly an hour, and for a minute no one spoke. Only a minute, for Joe exclaimed impetuously, I'm so glad you came before we began. And then, may I go help carry the other things to the poor little children? Asked Beth eagerly. I shall take the cream and the muffins, added Amy heroically, giving up the article she liked most. So here we have Amy showing that she's giving up the thing she likes the most, right? So it's, what's that say about Amy? Okay, so again, you guys, number 2, we're looking at, or excuse me, for number 1, we're looking at how dialogue shows their different character traits. Okay, so pick each one out, kind of talk about what each trait is for each child or each sister. All right, number 2. What does Amy's sudden decision to exchange the original gift she bought for Marmee reveal about her character? So Amy decides to exchange what she got for her mother. What's that say about her? Okay, highlight and label evidence in chapter 2. So here we're going to go to paragraph 29. Okay, 28 and 29. So as she spoke, I'm on paragraph 28. As she spoke, Amy showed the handsome flask, which replaced the cheap one, and looked so earnest and humble in her little effort to forget herself that Meg hugged her on the spot, and Joe pronounced her a trump, while Beth ran to the window and picked her finest rose to ornament the stately bottle. So everybody was happy with Amy here, right? Because Amy got her expensive flask replacing the cheap one. Remember, originally Amy wanted to get the cheap one, so she had more money to spend for her pencil. She was a little bit selfish there. But here she kind of changes, and she decides to get the most expensive one, the better bottle, to replace the cheap one, and everyone's very happy with her, okay? So this indicates that, Amy is sensitive to her sister's criticisms because she decides she wants them to be happy with her. So she goes and gets the more expensive bottle than the cheap one. Okay, so again, annotate these parts and look in this section for how Amy is changing. Okay, her decision to change. What does that reveal about her character, Amy's character? All right, and number 3, how does Marmee provoke a decision from her daughters by asking them if they will help a needy family instead of simply telling them to do so? Okay. So again, how does that provoke a decision for her daughters? So you're going to go to paragraphs 34 and 35. Okay. So again, the mother could have came home and said, all right, girls, we're going to go help these needy children. I want you to take some of your stuff. We're going to give it to them, and we're going to do it that. Okay. So if mom is giving all the daughters this command, they might be regretful of that, right? Remember, they don't have a lot. It's Christmas time. And if they're just being told you're going to give up your breakfast and we're not going to have a whole lot for breakfast, they could be upset about that. But the mother does something different. The mother doesn't command them, right? She asks her daughters. So here, again, it says, how does mommy provoke a decision from her daughters? By asking them if they will help a needy family. She's putting it on them to decide. Now, obviously, she's pressuring her daughters to give to them. That's what she expects of her daughters. But still, she's asking them, giving them an option to make the decision for themselves. Because if they make the decision for themselves, then they can't be angry at that decision, right? It's their own choice. But again, they didn't really have a choice, right? The mother's saying, let's do this, we're going to do this. But again, just the way she did it, she's giving the option to them rather than telling them, no, you're going to do this. It gives them the freedom to feel good about their decision because they're making the choice to give, okay? So again, paragraphs 34 and 35 is looking at that. So by agreeing to do it, they're more enthusiastic, right? Because it was their decision and it wasn't an order, all right? So today we're only going to review those three, okay, you guys? So once again, just to review, question 1, I want you to look at paragraphs 6, 15, 22, and 23. For question 2, look around paragraph 29. And for question 3, look around paragraph 34 and 35. All right, we'll see how you guys do with this. Again, this is a little tougher. You're doing this on a Google Doc, okay? So you're still annotating in the story, but doing your response on a Google Doc, and do your best to use that textual evidence, all right? All right, you guys, that does it for today. I hope this was helpful. I know this is the difficult part of the close read. Just do your best, okay? Again, we're looking at these girls' characters and how dialogue shows their character. All right, you guys, excellent job. Keep it up. Tomorrow's video will be questions 4 and 5. All right, have a great rest of your day, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.